All right, let's say I want to get the user through a marketing funnel. Here I've added a button to a menu, just a demo, but you might broadcast a message like this. Maybe you target a Facebook ad with a message like this, and you really want to get the user to click on those buttons so you can send them through a funnel. But the user really doesn't want to click on your buttons, and they just send you a message, and see those quick replies disappear, and they break your flow there. So what I've done here is I've said, "Hey Josh, I guess you didn't see the two buttons. Let me tell you about this amazing offer." So I've actually reloaded that block. No matter what I type, I'm going to reload that block. But look at the message. Click those buttons. No, I don't want to click your buttons. So I'm just going to send you a message. Break your marketing funnel again. And I get a different message. Trust me, you'll want to click continue. These are default answers, but they're specific to this block. So let's click cancel. I'm going to opt out. Now I'm at some main menu here, and that is better. My bot definitely doesn't have a response to this, so it's going to send, again, a default answer. And you can see here that you get different default answers. Why? Because the context is different. One was a marketing funnel, and the default answers that we gave them were in context. My default answers were click those buttons. I guess you didn't see those two buttons. And these were randomized. And here, I also have some random default answers. But you can see it's different. No matter what I type, I'm going to get a different result. So what are these? These are what we call contextual default answers. Not only can you have multiple default answers, you can have those default answers load depending on the context of the conversation. And how do we do that? We do that with Dialogflow. And if I jump over to Dialogflow, you'll see here that I have a list of intents. And if you're new to Dialogflow, you can connect it to Chatfuel and it becomes your new default message. So when your Chatfuel bot can't understand, it will send a request to Dialogflow, which is Google's artificial intelligence, and you can deliver a more intelligent response and therefore enable a more delightful conversational experience. And every Dialogflow AI agent comes with a default fallback. And if I click into that, you can see here that I have a message at the bottom. This is a response. So this is my new default message. And I could have added buttons that refocus the user on what my bot can do. But just for the demo, I've just added 3 different text responses, and they're randomized. And I like to keep my default responses positive. I don't like to say, sorry, I didn't get that. That's a negative for the user. Instead, I turn it into a positive. And you can see here that those messages are rendered in Messenger, in my Chatfuel bot. Now, if I go back to my list of Dialogflow intents, you'll see here that I have another fallback. So this green icon indicates it is a fallback. And you can create different default answers. And the way you do that is you have to click these 3 dots here. And it's not the most intuitive user experience because you probably didn't see those 3 dots if I hadn't pointed them out. But that's how you create additional fallbacks. And I've already created one, so we can take a look at it. You'll see in this fallback that I've created, and which I've named fallback for offer. And you'll see, if you remember here, we are in this marketing offer. I set the context to be special offer. You can set context to be whatever you want. You can have different contexts and different fallbacks. So this is my fallback for my special offer, and that's why I was able to deliver certain responses. So here, you can see some of these responses. Hey, first name, I guess you didn't see the 2 buttons. So first name is a user attribute in Chatfuel, and that you just include that in a JSON API, It gets past a Dialogflow, so then you can render that in a response on Messenger. And I have a couple of other random ones here. And so you can see them on the right. And then what I do is I redirect the user uh, to the block so that I can get them to click on my buttons, because I want to get them through my funnel, and that's going to require them clicking buttons. So um, that's what this looks like here. I redirect to a block. This block is called limited offer. And now if we go to Chatfuel, we can look at this block. And you can see here that I have user attribute context, and I have the value set as special offer. And that value matches exactly what I have in Dialogflow. There it is, special offer. Now, if we go to some of these other blocks, like let's say the user clicked this cancel quick reply, and so they're opting out, or they click continue, and they're continuing out of this block into to learn more about the offer. Let's actually do that. You can see here, if I go to about offer, I also have context, but I have no value set. So when there's no value set for the context, then it's just going to load my standard default answer in from Dialogflow, my standard default fallback intent. And I've done that here as well. So this is my main menu. I have context, but there's no value set. So if there's no context set, or if there is context set, like I've done here, you'll get this set of responses. And if there is no context set, then it's just going to load our default fallback intent. And you'll get this set of responses. So contextual default answers are really useful. And this was just one example. And I'd love to see what you do with Dialogflow and Chatfuel to create contextual responses like this. Take care.